Steeler Nation, welcome back to Steelers Nation Australia, and also welcome back to Steelers Dynasty Podcast, where today we're going to talk about the Steelers versus Ravens game and also cover a little bit of the Houston game and see if we can walk Bubba off the ledge, see how he's doing, checking in a wellness check. But before we do, I'm going to bring the fellas on because we have a big breaking news story that is John Harbaugh, Wang Harbaugh, as in the SEN crowd, we call him Wang Harbs. He has now been fired. So let's get the instant reaction from Bubba and Shano. The Ravens coach has been fired, been there 18 years. John Harbaugh is now out the door. Fellas, what's going on?
Well, I'll go first. I'm okay. I'm recovering slowly. Shane talked me down last night on our show, and I'm back to being whatever. But it was the craziest 39 seconds in a long time. We're never going to see the matchup ever again, but you know what? I wasn't a big fan of, I don't care. I don't like the Baltimore Ravens. And I hope that John Harbaugh does not become a Steelers defensive coordinator or offensive coordinator, or any type of coordinator, because, since they have this conflict where they actually were going against each other, sometimes that makes, good bedfellows.
Well, they're probably good mates, Mike Tomlin and John Harbaugh. They now, I saw in the Twitterverse, just retweeted, it was the Steelers have played, Adam should have tweeted this, 44 times over the last 20 years or whatever it is, 19 years, 18 years. Steelers went 23-17 in regular season meetings, and they split the postseason 2-2. So that's the Mike Tomlin and John Harbaugh connection. Like, it's crazy. Like, it's just they're going to part ways. Now, I do think that Steelers fans want the same thing to happen with Mike Tomlin. But Shona, what are your thoughts about never seeing John Harbaugh in a Ravens uniform again?
I'm kind of excited because I want to see him and Tomlin do a sitcom, a remake of Perfect Strangers, where, Harbaugh takes the character Belky Bartakamus and their cousins, distant cousins, and they just get into shenanigans. There they go, right there. Just jumpers.
Yeah, it's a long time in the NFL. Baltimore Ravens, I guess the fan base is going absolutely wild, and maybe that might lessen the blow how they lost against us with the field goal. Maybe that saves the special teamer Tyler Loop's job, and I think he's a rookie, so he'll move on. But that is big fucking news in the NFL that John Harbaugh has now been fired. It wasn't a mutual let go. He got fired. Apparently, just didn't want to come back. But yeah, fellas, where does he go next? Do you know any chance he stays in the NFL?
That's the question. Does he go to the college football? Maybe. Does he get pulled? I don't think so.
Where was his brother? Wasn't his brother in Michigan? Can he go there?
Yeah, well, Michigan.
Well, no, they just hired somebody.
Yeah, they just hired somebody.
He's probably going to take a year off. 18 years. That's a long time. He probably wants to spend some time, and he probably wants to decompress, which I understand that wholeheartedly. But look, he had a lot of situations, and some of it was not by his own hand, but he wasn't sometimes the brightest coach. And when Tomlin faced him, Tomlin was Tomlin had superior intelligence over Harbaugh when they did face.
How many times, fellas, did we see, like, on the goal line, the Ravens went for a 4th and 2, and they should not have gone for that. They should have taken points, and they lost. All those kind of things happened. Like, I don't think he I'm not going to say he was a crap coach or anything like that, but sometimes it just didn't work out for the Ravens. Worked out much better for us. It's just funny. It's funny that the Steelers beat them, and next minute they get fired, because we're known to be doing that as well versus Steelers versus Browns. Anytime the Steelers they beat the Browns, they fire the coach the next day. But I guess Myles Garrett saved Stefanski. Was he out? No, he's gone too, isn't he?
He's gone too.
He's gone as well. I forgot about that.
He's gone. If Pittsburgh would have did it 2 weeks ago, he was going to be gone anyway, I believe. But there's 2 coaches in the AFC North that are gone. And honestly, look, Harbaugh had a better quarterback underneath him than Tomlin had until recently, and he still couldn't get anything with Lamar Jackson.
So, fellas, in the AFC North, I think Lamar Jackson now stays. Obviously, it was either head coach or the player.
He will now.
And that's good for us, because I think we play the Ravens really well. Recently, we've won like 12 and something in the last 15 years, or whatever, or last 10 years. I was thinking about this when as soon as it happened. I thought about this. What is your perception now of Mike Tomlin? Would he be extended, or would the Steelers follow the same path? Shano, what do you think? Because I have a really good take on this. I think it's good. Well, you muted Shane.
He's got that new mic.
There's no way they're getting rid of Tomlin. I heard someone on the fan ranting and raving and how they want to get rid of Tomlin and how unless they win a Super Bowl, it's not expectations. I mean, playoff game. If they have a good chance of winning this playoff game, and we'll get to that later in the show. But for crying out loud, Jim Harbaugh is an afterthought. I mean, he could. The saying is, you could F up a wet dream. That's him. Against the Steelers, he just always, was a little bit too risky. Wasn't conservative at the times where he probably should have been, and it never really paid off. He didn't do well against Tomlin, and Tomlin's just a better coach.
I think we had the better players. I'm not even going to go into coaching. I think the only time that I think the Ravens were actually superior than the Steelers was the time when they had that Super Bowl run and they swept the Steelers and Steelers couldn't do anything to stop them. That would have been the only time I think that the total dominance of the Ravens over the Steelers has been very, very brief. Sometimes we sweep them. Sometimes we split. Last year in the playoffs, they just totally destroyed us. But this year, we beat them so bad they got rid of their head coach. So, and it's a big fight. Like now that mystique of Harbaugh gone, I still hate the Ravens. They're the worst organization ever, and I'm going to still stick with that. But their fan base is worse than the Steelers' fan base.
Yeah, there's a lot of bad eggs and a lot of fan bases. Here's my take. Here's my take on the situation, right? I've got a feeling if the Steelers do quite well in the playoffs, like even a 1 win or maybe 2, right? There could be a possibility that Mike Tomlin loves football so much, they do extend him, and here's why. The AFC North now, to me, I think is wide open for someone to take the reins. Yeah. You're going to have a new head coach in the Brown Stadium, in Cleveland Browns with a new fucking stadium, and they're always shit. We always know that. It's so crazy how fucking bad they are each and every year. They'll get a new head coach. It's not easy being a head coach in the NFL to win straight away. Not easy. Now, the other guy from the Bears coach, he did it, but that's sometimes it's wide right. It's hard to do. It's wide right in the variables. Then the Ravens get a new head coach. You've got Mike Tomlin is probably the best head coach in the AFC North, with the other guy, the Bengals guy, whoever the fuck that is, Zach Taylor. Right. That might say, and if Rodgers does come back a year or whatever the game plan is, to run it back maybe 3 or 4 more years. But the idea is now it's 1 more year next year. They choose to extend the second year, and it could be shake hands and walk away. On the other side of it, fellas, they might just say, oh, John Harbaugh's done it. It's a new era. We go and get a new head coach too. What do you guys lean towards more? Is this like an opening now for Mike Tomlin in the next 5 years to get an extension? Because there's Browns and Ravens have no head coach. What do you think?
I don't see a correlation.
No? Okay.
No, I think that's a reach. But, I mean, it's good. It's a good theory. But I think it's just I think the Rooneys, like Tomlin, you look at his, and I've been one of the guys say, hey, they need to cut sling load, move on, new energy, new point of view, new schemes, new assistant coaches. I've been the guy that said tear it down, even trade TJ. But here's the thing, Steelers are in the playoffs. Everything changes. I mean, everything changes. So I really think he stays. I think if the Steelers get a win or two, I think there's a good chance you'll see a 43-year-old AA Ron next year.
So on the flip side, though, if we lose, do you think I'm just like my idea is that the Rooneys would obviously they're smarter than me, 110%.
I don't know about that. I wouldn't say that.
But do they look to the Ravens and go, oh, they fired their head coach, maybe it's time for us to move on, or do they do the opposite?
Steelers do things. They go to the beat of their own drummer. It's just everybody else is doing.
It's true. It's the same way they play football now, like with the 2 running backs and the duo, and even the way how we play defense. I fully agree with that.
Steelers are playing football like they played in the 70s, but the problem is the Steelers now aren't the players of the 70s or the system of the 70s. So they're playing that smash mouth football and stuff like that, which was great in the 70s, which helped us out and did whatever. They're never going to get rid of Tomlin. Mike Tomlin will never, ever be fired. He will have a handshake agreement. He'll walk away. But the problem is with Tomlin, I believe Terrell Austin will be gone, and maybe the assistant head coaches will be gone. And that's that is the biggest problem right now that I see, is having assistant coaches that can make a plan that is a better battle plan than what we have. Because Aaron Rodgers has been doing stuff all season long with let's just look at it this way. If we didn't have Aaron Rodgers, we wouldn't even be talking about any of this, because even with the defense that we had paid and whoever was quarterback, and just the intangibles of Aaron Rodgers got us to where he knows what he's doing. Pat Fryermuth said it best. He said when, he's like, guys, he was telling a joke in a huddle to calm everybody down for that drive for that touchdown with Austin. So it's, they're not going to ever fire him. It's different oranges in Baltimore, because it's just that they were supposed to be in the AFC Championship and higher.
They were meant to win the whole thing. They were picked to win the Super Bowl this year with their crazy offense, Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry. Maybe not their defense, but they were picked to win the whole thing. And I did hear a report saying that Harbaugh wanted to keep the offensive coordinator, Zach Orr, and they didn't want that. So that's why they left. So and that's why he's now gone. But I just think, from an AFC North standing perspective, the Browns fucking suck. The Bengals have the offense. They haven't got the defense. And now the Ravens got to find a new coach. I just think it could be interesting over the next year or two what happens with Tom, because we know he's got next year and then it could be an extension. But this is all leading up to a big freaking game that is versus the Houston Texans. And there is one thing now that I saw, and this, you were speaking about Aaron Rodgers, man. I saw on the internet, NFL films or whatever it was, Aaron Rodgers walked over to Mike Tomlin and said, "Thank you for bringing me here." Something like that. Did you fellas see that?
No, I did not.
That was crazy. I was like,
happening.
Holy smokes, man. He's like, "Oh, thank you for bringing me here," or something like that. So, and that's just to win the division. Like, this could be a chance, and I don't want to hype up too much, but we fucking gonna. This could be a chance that they could beat the Houston Texans, and they could go on a bit of a run, and they may extend Tomlin for the future or whatever it may be. But it is kind of crazy and wild that now
in a perfect world, Mark, in 1, 2, 3, the fourth game could be that big game, and then they all could leave at that time. If that was in a perfect world, Tomlin gets the Steelers to the Super Bowl, and say they would, I seen something where the 49ers, say the 49ers got in. Aaron Rodgers never beat the 49ers in the playoffs.
I saw that storyline too.
Yeah, you saw that too. So that would be great. Aaron Rodgers goes off in the sunset, beating the 49ers. Him and Tomlin walk off the field, and that is another poetic justice of whatever. And Tomlin, you can't get any – that's the cherry on top. And he says, "Hey, thank you, Mr. Rooney. Thank you, Steeler fans. I got you guys another second Super Bowl. Peace out, and I'm going to go do something else." That could happen, but I'm going to wake up from my dream, and I hope maybe it does. But I'm just taking one game at a time, and because 2 years from now, we're not going to have the same team we have now. There's no way. In 2 years, if we don't strike when the iron's hot, we don't have Rodgers. Cam Hayward will be gone. I mean, there's a lot of people be gone in 2 years.
Well, let's go to a bit of a flashback, because I wanted to go flashback to the Ravens game, because I still want to celebrate as much as we can, but we are getting to the point of, like, I know you guys are going to do the show tomorrow, but it's I guess we've got an extra day now. But how are you guys feeling after that? I want to start with you, Bubba, because I know Bubba was
hurt.
You heard
I don't know, man. My body was just beat up like I got beat up by Mike Tyson, and then I got emotional. And I thought about it, and I got angry because, like I said on my show last night with Shane, and we discussed it. Like, I'm a typical Yunzer. I'm a Yunzer. Out of the three of us, I'm a Yunzer. Like, if we lose, I have a bad week because of that. I can't shake it off. I think about what if we could have done this. The stats on how we are, all time against somebody and stuff like that. I remember the playoff losses. I remember, a chance to go to the Super Bowl. I remember all that stuff. So for me, it was great, but damn, I wish I'd have seen it. Like I didn't even get to see the kick until, you know what I mean? And Shane and Gene were great, but I felt bad because I was very positive the whole game until I just saw darkness. I saw darkness because I didn't want it to end like that on the field goal or when Likely caught that pass, because that was redemption I saw in Likely's eyes because he didn't catch the touchdown against Joey Porter. And now he caught the pass. And I'm like, oh no. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, you know what I mean? Like I spun it a little way. Sometimes redemption is good as long as it ain't, other teams against us, but it was very likely it was going to happen where Likely's catch got him in field goal. It was a chip shot. Yeah. You know what I mean? I thought it was over, and then it was that wasn't supposed to be like that. And I had better aspirations for the Steelers this year than a lot of people have.
Well, we also found out now too as well that Chris Boswell's kick was apparently tipped. We think that could have been a thing. I'm not going to hate on the guy for missing an extra point. However, most Steelers agents thought, okay, we get the extra point, up by 3 points. And then Shane, they have to move down the field to win a touchdown or go to overtime. That's why it was so much heartbreak for everyone, because once Likely caught that pass, it should have been over, right? And rookie kickers can make rookie mistakes in the wide right and then the priest bless the end zone. Yeah. But Shayna, you were quite confident. I watched it back.
Here's the thing before we get into how confident I was. Let's talk about the unsung hero.
The priest?
Those Asian massage parlor ladies that help just
Tucker. He goes all the way back.
Move on. So Shane in his DeLorean went back, set up Justin Tucker just for this moment to happen for you and you. So thank you.
So you're saying that it goes all the way back to Tucker because Tucker was there, he would have made it. It would have been ended.
Yeah. If you
Tucker would have probably made it.
Warmed up, and you went back in time and put Justin Tucker in the spot.
Wow,
he makes it. And it's all over.
So Tucker's the MVP, technically.
No, the massage parlor is the MVP.
Yeah.
Jesus, that was a big stand on that.
Steelers Nation thinks that the priest blessed the field, but it was that rub and tug that made it wide right, baby.
That is honestly true because he'd still be a Raven. His accuracy is 89% or 90% like Chris Boswell. He doesn't miss. He's automatic. He would have got it from 60. Game's over. We won't be talking about this. John Harbaugh So wait a minute. This goes all the way back because that means John Harbaugh might not be even fired then.
But Harbaugh would still be there.
Still be. I
mean, it's like time. That's that pivot point in time.
But also too, you can thank the maker of Aaron Rodgers' calm in his helmet because that took 2 timeouts out. And when that the defense was on
they did this,
and they couldn't call timeout.
That was for Shane's Back to the Future 2, where I had to go back and I had to fuck up the comms. So,
what if they had timeouts and Mike Tomlin iced them when they missed? That would have killed us.
Oh, he missed it, but there was a timeout, so they re-kick it and they make it.
Oh, that'd have been terrible too.
That's why I had to go back. I had to steal the DeLorean from myself. Go back. It was a.
These are all what ifs because if we'd have lost the game, the what ifs would have been very bad.
It's the multiverse of the Steelers, Bubba. It's actually happened.
I know. Yeah, what I'm saying is though, if Aaron Rodgers' calm didn't go out, they wouldn't have blew 2 timeouts.
Yeah,
and they would have been able to call a timeout during defense and get their defense realigned.
Yeah.
So that touchdown probably would have never happened to Flowers. True. It would have never happened. Maybe.
What a good thing was as well about those timeouts, so even though it had to happen because he couldn't hear anyone, the fact they went into a 2-minute hurry-up offense without timeouts and that worked. That kind of made everyone energized to get in the field to get that touchdown, and then Chris Boswell missed it. But this game, I think this game will be talked about like for as long as we can remember because it was so fun. It was so back and forth. It was crazy.
He did that twice. Aaron Rodgers did that twice in the fourth quarter of the end of the season game where the team had to go into the playoffs. He did it with the Packers against Chicago, and he did it with the Steelers, and he was on fire on both of those games.
This is like a play-in in March Madness. I don't know, Mark, do you follow college basketball at all?
I watch bits of it. I don't.
They have a tournament, and they get these no name schools that just have no business being in the tournament, but they
Right.
make it a nice story because guess what? You know, Bubba Brewer's School for the Blind
They're
is
great.
to play Mark's School for the Deaf, and they're going to have a basketball game. Whoever wins is going to go to the tournament. That
That'd be
was
a great match.
A lot of sound. There's a lot of sound and a lot of people bumping into each other.
Yep.
What would I have the disadvantage if I have school for the? Oh no, advantage. I can see.
No, I would have a
Well,
school. I'm blind. I can't see nothing.
Well, I know blind people don't watch our show, and I know deaf people don't listen to it, so we're fucking good. We're good, boys.
Oh, sometimes I can't. It's so good. Love it. Yeah, fellas, this is something. Hey, this is something crazy now. Like, and we're going to try and transition as best we can from the Ravens game into just like what's going to happen for Steelers versus Houston. Before we do, though, I want to get your guys' take because this is NFL fucking playoffs. I want to get your guys' take on who do you think has the best chance to win? We won't go like bracket by. Oh, actually, we might go bracket by bracket or week by week. We'll see. But out of these ones, guys, and I'll start with Bubba first. Bubba, out of the teams in the AFC, and you can say Steelers if you want to, you can say anyone else, but who do you think's got the best chance to win? Because to me, it's wide freaking fucking open this year.
Yeah, because the AFC is weak right now, and I'm going all out. Look, I'll start from the bottom. Well, let me start from the bottom. I see maybe the Chargers beating the Patriots due to the fact of a lot of controversy with a lot of players. I don't dislike I don't hate the Patriots like I used to. But the Chargers could maybe go over to New England and maybe do a little bit of damage and barely get by. I see an upset. Buffalo Bills against the Jacksonville Jaguars. I see the Buffalo Bills beating the Jags. Just Josh Allen alone beating the Jags. I just see something like that. Now, and I don't even care about the NFC. So I don't even care. I do not care about the NFC at all. But I see us beating the Texans. Okay, because if we beat the Texans and Buffalo, somebody has to go to Denver and it won't be us. So
if the Chargers or Buffalo win, the highest seed would come to us. We host 2 games in a row if that does work out.
Whoever we host, I don't care who. This AFC playoff matchup is probably it fits best for the Pittsburgh Steelers more than people think. I think the Pittsburgh Steelers have a good shot of being the AFC champions.
I'm confused by this. So I understand that
I know it's crazy.
Denver has a bye. I get it. But
sorry, Bubba.
So that's okay. I'm in the middle. I'm a playoff guy. No, I'm good. Go ahead.
What the hell happens? What the hell happens? Like, so how do we get two first round home game, or how do we get a first round, second round home game?
So with how it works out, because we are the 4th seed.
Yep.
And
we're the 4th seed. Okay.
Yeah, because Buffalo and Chargers are higher than us. If Buffalo or Chargers beat, I can't remember what happens, but if they beat both of them, Jags,
they beat the higher seed, and we're the highest seed. We get home.
And they come to us to our house.
That's what I thought, but I was confused for a second there. That's exactly
yeah. If the Jaguars and Patriots win, then we go to Denver.
We're going to be the only team this week that wins at home. Everybody else is on the road is going to win.
Yeah, it looks like that. I don't know. I haven't seen any.
That's just my take.
Yeah, I haven't seen any take. I've seen no football whatsoever of the Jags because Jags are fucking irrelevant to me. Don't really care. I've watched the Chargers, Patriots, and Bills. I've seen them play. I've seen Denver play with their defense. So if the Bills and Josh Allen, they upset the Jags, I can't remember what they are in terms of what seeding. But yeah, definitely could be a chance that if the Steelers do win, they can host a playoff game 2 in a row, which would be.
Can you see the Steelers hosting 2 playoff games, win both, and have an AFC Championship game at home?
Well, that means
I'm gonna have to smoke a lot of something.
It could work because that means Denver would have to lose too.
I understand people are liking Denver and liking whatever, but realistically, the AFC, the NFC is not as strong as it used to be. We don't have that stigma of Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady back in the day. So these quarterbacks, none of these quarterbacks that are in, the only quarterback that actually on the AFC has actually won anything is Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, that definitely
crazy as it sounds.
That could be actually. It's funny. That could be a possibility where the Steelers did that, because that would mean on the AFC side, because the Patriots and I think Jags are 2 or 3. If they lose, then we're the highest seed besides Denver. They play us. Someone beats Denver, then we verse them in the AFC. Then we are fucking jumping the gun.
I know.
Jumping the gun.
I'm sorry.
However, but it is fun though to think about, right? It's fun. So Shane, out of these teams, and you can say the Pittsburgh Steelers, who do you think on the AFC side has the best chance to win the Super Bowl?
I think the Patriots are playing really good ball now, but I'm gonna go with the Pittsburgh Steelers.
There you go.
There you go.
No, why? Let me hear your reason why, Shane.
Literally because I don't know how the Steelers did it, but they've beaten some of the best teams that are on that, on that bracket. There's not a team on there that really just stands out that they just can't play with. The Patriots scare me a little bit because they're starting to get that swagger back that they had years ago. But I don't know. I think the Steelers are coming into their own. This is like the second season. They just got to win. They got to win 4 games in a row to be crowned the champ. All you got to do is win 4.
There's not a quarterback in the AFC that has won games to take them. Josh Allen is whatever, but he's never won a championship.
No.
Who's the most experienced quarterback in the AFC? Is it Rodgers or is it Josh Allen?
Rodgers.
Aaron.
Yeah.
So Stroud is
afraid. Everybody's afraid of him. Everybody's afraid of Aaron Rodgers right now because they didn't want to face Aaron Rodgers in the playoffs because he hasn't been in the playoffs in 5 years. They don't. And we got DK Metcalf coming back, and now they're using Freiermuth like they haven't used them. And then we have a 2-headed running attack from Jalen Warren, which it sucks that he didn't get 1,000 yards, but he was very, very close.
Yeah.
And Kenny Gainwell. I mean, Gainwell and Warren are just two headed monsters in the running attack.
I think they should dress up as the Wonder Twins for Halloween in the Justice League from the 70s because they are just fantastic. Form of touchdown, I just
like in a perfect world, I mean, Aaron Rodgers cost us a Super Bowl, so why can't Aaron Rodgers win us a Super Bowl?
He giveth and he taketh away.
Mm-hmm. Amen.
Has I don't know from memory, and maybe if Athens in the chat, you can help us out. She's the NFL encyclopedia. Has the other bloke there, CJ Stroud? Has he played playoff football?
He has, but he hasn't done anything.
I'm so like their defense is phenomenal. Their offense is sus, and I really think that Aaron Rodgers, even at let's just say they give a C+ effort.
Mm-hmm.
I think the offense can. The defense is the outlier. I mean, they're so good. Well, how does the Steelers offense match up? But
yeah, it's just interesting because obviously, like you've got Stroud, you've got the guy Bo Nix in Denver. Denver's defense has been really nice too. They played fantastic all year. Josh Allen is the veteran quarterback there. Trevor Lawrence finally coming to his own in Jacksonville, but I don't think anyone thinks they're a threat. The Chargers, who's their bloke? Oh, Justin Herbert. Has he got any playoff experience? I think it's wide major. Fucking open. It's wide open, fellas, for us to have a chance. And Drake May with the Patriots. So we might as well have a crack then. What's Shana? What do you think is going to happen with like who wins between Patriots and Chargers then?
Patriots.
And what about
Bills?
Patriots, Bills, and then what about us? Just quickly.
I think the Steelers have a good chance of winning this one. 2 weeks ago, I wouldn't think they had a snowball's chance in hell, but they're playing decent ball. So,
and they're riding the high of Sunday night, and that high can, and we got really no injuries either. We're pretty much this is the healthiest we've been besides Darnell Washington.
Yeah, Darnell's not coming back, which is a big.
It's a big loss, but
it's
a big loss. But you know what? We got 2 tight ends we have to use. Those 2 tight ends we use are starters on any other team in the NFL. Pat Freiermuth is a starter, number 1 tight end in any other team.
I got to come clean. I all season, beginning of the season, and Bubba, you're guilty of this too. We gave, the Hayward brothers a hard time.
Mm-hmm.
And I like the package where they put in both brothers. The push, the instead of the tush push, what do they call the brotherly shove? I'm a big fan. I think that's fantastic. The fact that they're utilizing Hayward in that package, and he's been a decent fullback, and then have his brother.
I like a fullback. I love a fullback in an offense, but that's just me because I'm a little old school, and you can actually do a lot more, and a fullback can actually block for the halfback. But they're probably getting quality food points at the Pittsburgh convenience stores now because that commercial is now big. So now they did it on the field too, and I didn't know they were doing that until I saw it the other night.
He has been playing very well. Connor Hayward's been getting a few TDs here and there in that Pittsburgh plunge or tush push, and they also have unique things they can do on the outside with that too. But Cameron Hayward's a big. I didn't really. He must be a big guy out there because he's a massive unit out there.
Did you see him tower over Aaron Rodgers? I mean, he's 3 inches taller than Aaron, and Aaron's a huge dude.
Yeah. So we definitely are going to miss, or we are missing, I think, Darnell Washington. One of my things out there I've seen, there's a bit of complication, I think, with Jonnu Smith and Rodgers. They don't seem to be on the same page at all. That's kind of frustrating to see because Jonnu Smith, I think he can be a good running back, and he hasn't been used. He's not getting used. And when he is getting a ball, it's either Rodgers off or he's off or someone's off. It seems all kind of like over the shop. There was a comment here too I want to jump into just quickly. CJ Stroud had won in 23, apparently. First loss in 24. Herbert's 0-2. I'm saying this is wide open. Like the Steelers fans should be confident. And I think we're playing as the underdog. No one thinks we can do it. They're all
we're favored 3 points. We're favored by 3. Monday night, I heard.
Yeah. How amazing would it be if Aaron Rodgers helps the Steelers win a Super Bowl and he beat us in one? You can't make that up. We would talk about that forever. Yeah. We'd all buy Rodgers jerseys.
Yeah. It's just a different way. It's just a different feel. It's just, look, everybody thought he was going to be undermining everybody, even including undermining Tomlin, and that's not the case. His experience, his intelligence is actually, he's been through all these scenarios. Mm-hmm. These other quarterbacks have not. May has not. Trevor Lawrence has not. Herbert, as we see, is 0-2. And I'm only talking about the AFC because if it's a Steelers representative, I don't care about the NFC.
Not until
you know what I mean? And look, we shut down the Detroit Lions in their highest speed of offense and running attack, and look what happened. I mean, through 3.5 quarters, I mean, we shut them down. So, I mean, we could play with anybody if we got everybody playing right.
This would just be fun, I think, to go for a run. Like as great, Mean Greens is here. How amazing would it be if Rodgers did this and went on a bit of run to 7? But this would be that fun feeling to go on a run because we have no Lamar Jackson, no Patrick Mahomes, no Joe Burrow. These guys aren't in the playoffs to have this. These are brand new quarterbacks or somewhat new quarterbacks into these AFC North, AFC like picture, and the Steelers can definitely have a crack. So it's going to be very fun. I want to go back though, fellas, to tight ends and also offensive line. I was watching a bit of like not tape, but like highlights here and there, and some conversation around Dylan Cook. And hasn't he been fantastic? I want to give him a shout out, man. I know it's very hard to talk about everyone in the team, but Dylan Cook, fellas, has been fucking awesome. Like I don't really.
He's a starter right now in my eyes, and I'm a nobody doing podcasting. I think Broderick Jones lost his starting position.
Yeah. What do you think, Shano, about Dylan Cook? Because he's definitely stepped up and
what a great
well.
story. I mean, the fact that he physically he's not as big as Broderick. He's a lot smaller. But his production has been, as I don't have the numbers here. I was looking at earlier. He's in it. He's doing a great job and keeping Aaron Rodgers' jersey clean. But I just saw on the ticker here, 7 teams within 45 minutes of Harbaugh being fired reached out.
7 teams?
Really? 7 different teams, yeah.
Dude, wow.
He's going to have a job. He'll have a job.
What do you? I guess where's he go? I think he might go to the Raiders.
Like that.
7 teams, like in
New York. He could go to New York. He can go to the Giants.
Yeah, right. That's crazy. It happens that fast. I wonder if Mike Tomlin was fired, then he would probably have 9 teams or whatever.
Be the same.
Yeah, but yeah, fellas, I want to give a shout out to the O line because I think they're doing a really good job. They're keeping up Aaron Rodgers upright. There's a few sacks here and there, but Dylan Cook is possibly the left tackle for next year. And no offense to Broderick Jones, but if you're injured and someone comes in to take your job, sometimes you don't get it back. It's just the way how the world works in any environment. You go on holiday.
Tommy Maddox.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, you go on holiday, you come back, and someone's doing your job, and like, oh, it's running well without me. It's running better without me as well. So, and also, I think Siamalo, I think he's not on contract. That's interesting too for this game and next year. Zach Frazier, I think he's been outstanding as well for center. I just watch him in the run plays. And when I saw Troy Faitanu on the right-hand side, lead block for Gainwell to get to the fucking end zone, I'm thinking these fellas and Omar Khan has turned this offensive line into a pretty big unit. What do you think, Bubba?
I think you're absolutely right. And I think the running backs are actually a little quicker than we saw last year, even though I like Najee. But Najee, they would use him on the outside, and his speed is not – he's not fast. He's just a brawling type power running back. Like the outside, when Jaylen Warren gets to the outside, you're instead of getting 2, you're getting 6 to 7 yards. Gainwell is so, elusive sometimes. A 2-yard gain turns into a 6-yard or 7-yard gain. And the line's been blocking. They've been keeping Aaron upright, and that's main because of his broken wrist. You know what I mean? So I'm happy with the offensive line. Like the first quarter against the Ravens, they're a slow starter. Now the Steelers are a slow starting team, and then when they get to the third quarter, they're the best team I've ever seen in the third quarter in the last probably over a month, and I've never seen that where they're totally dominating teams by running the ball and averaging 7 to 9 to 10 minutes on the clock. Unheard of. In the defensive line too, holding the Henry to not much in the second half. The third quarter is just so amazing right now, which it never was before.
Is this the bloke you did a podcast with, Will?
Yeah, Will. How you doing, Will? Yeah.
I saw him
from Chicago.
Last week he popped in a little bit.
Yeah. What up, Will? Yeah, big week, a huge week. 100%. This is crazy times right now to be a Steelers fan. And also a big shout out to thank you, George, for the 10 gifted subs going to HDU. On both sides. On
thanks, George.
And then you guys on Steelers Dynasty podcast, where that's getting ready for Bubba's Aaron Rodgers fund, or maybe my
Steelers weed and gummy fund, so I can calm down during games. My wife was not happy. She's like, you're just too loud. She's like, you're unreal.
It's not easy. When I was at the Dublin game, there was kids around me, and when we started to get the penalties and they had a chance to win, I was saying, fuck, not like this. I can't. I was just yelling, fuck everywhere. And I said to the guy next to me, sorry, man, I apologize. He said, it's okay. I went, sorry. I stayed back half an hour because I was depleted of energy of this yelling so much. And then also one of my mates, Tom, International Fan of the Year, invited me for a beer. I said, no, I can't. I'm going to bed. I went to bed at 7 that day after the game. I 8 because I was done because we were winning by 18 points and then we almost lost again in Dublin. So Barbara, it's all cool, man. It's all part of it to be entertaining and to have a bit of fun. It's crazy. But another thing, fellas, I want to talk about. So the offensive line, I think, is doing really well, but they protect the other guy. And Rodgers, I was dead set wrong about it. He's been fantastic. Shano, what do you think this week? Does Rodgers need to say anything different or do anything different to pump the team up, or is it just business as usual?
He is just steady, like he's an assassin. His hands don't move at all. He has just that trigger squeeze, and man, brings the boys in the huddle, looks left, right, cuts a joke, takes it down a notch, gets everybody calm. Tells Kelvin Austin, what route do you want? He Kelvin looking at AA Ron is like, shit, I'm not going to say anything. Whatever you want me to, Of course, runs a hitch and go. D-back slips. Aaron is laser focused on him, lights him up. That's the go-ahead score. That's the guy that everybody wants to be. Everybody wants on their team. everybody wants to be like that guy. That's the guy from the movies, from Varsity Blues, from all those movies going back. He's the guy. And I was sitting there driving back from picking my kid up today, and I'm thinking, I like Ben. I know Bubba likes Ben. I was going to ask him this question. Aaron would be a lot more entertaining to talk to, just because he's that guy.
Well, look, I like Ben too, but Rodgers is more intelligent than Ben in a conversation.
Yeah.
I think Ben sometimes always makes it about himself if it's not himself, to a certain degree. But I don't know, Ben.
Spot on. And
I
you don't
like
want to
Ben.
be around those dudes.
Well, then I can't go to either party because I just said that, and also I didn't like Roger at the start. But
Well,
But you didn't like
Mark. Did your opinion of Aaron change as the season
changed completely,
and it's allowed to. It's allowed to because you're basing your opinion on Aaron Rodgers, who wasn't a Steeler and he was playing for other teams, and about how he handled himself, and you never saw him in a Steelers jersey. Because yesterday when you did your show, some guy come on and said something, and you're like, you know what, buddy?
he said what clown? Now I jumped too far. Because
that's okay. You're allowed to jump.
I'm a bit stubborn. The comment was, if you were a clown if you didn't like Aaron Rodgers and now you do. And I was like, well, sign me up. I'm a clown. He wasn't calling me a clown. He was calling people that were clowns. But I was like, nah, people are allowed to change their opinion because over time, maybe not the next day, but like over time, I was like, oh, he's doing pretty well. And I think as well that the media, the NFL media, disguised and showed me Rodgers a different person than what he is. But this is what the Steelers media's been showing me. The fucking guy's checked in. The players love him. They have such command of the offense. He has maybe he has him and Tomlin like a bit more a better relationship there, where it's not just like the quarterback has to do what Tomlin says. No. Rodgers goes, hey, wait a minute, Tomlin, we're doing this. So he has command of the offense and the team. So, but my perception was the media was saying that he was throwing his teammates under the bus. He was an airy-fairy guy and whatever it is, and he's not smart, he's not whatever. But he's so fucking intelligent playing
very
the game.
smart.
Yeah. My opinions change completely. It's crazy.
You're allowed to. And even Aaron a couple weeks ago called everybody out, and he didn't say names. He's like, people need to watch game footage and blah, 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 blah. So, I mean, he put them out there without saying names. And you're allowed to. Like, no offense, guys. I support whoever's fucking behind the center in the Steelers anyway. I supported Mitch Trubisky. I supported back when they had Cordell Stewart, when they had everybody that was a Steeler quarterback. You had to Bobby Brister. I had to support him because there's your quarterback. But if he wasn't doing what we wanted him to do, or he wasn't scoring touchdowns and throwing interceptions, then get somebody else in eventually. But I even supported Hodges. I supported a Duck Commander. I supported Mason but he just didn't do it in Chicago. He just didn't do it for me. I don't know what happened, but I'll support anybody. So everybody has a right to change your opinion. People can change their opinion about me anytime they want to. We live in America. You can change your opinion. I don't know what they do in Australia, but
it was definitely easy over time once when he was part of the team, and we follow the team like we watch the team every single day, so it's easier. The problem was, I think that my opinion was formed in him over many years of just like the media telling me what he did or what didn't do. And he threw his team under the bus, he did this, and whatever, he had a complication, this and this. You can definitely see he gets frustrated, but like Shane said at the very, very start, and we were talking about should they go and get Rodgers, Shane said it would be fun. It'd be a fun fucking season. And Shane, how right you are. Because if we win or lose next week, it's been a wild ride watching Rodgers play.
Great content. I said
we're feeling better. We're feeling better this year than last year. Last year we were going to the playoffs and we're like, Jesus, just 0 for 5. It just felt some kind of thing. So we were 4-1. Okay. 4-1 and had some great victories at the end of the season in December. And we're going into the playoffs. It was a playoff type atmosphere, Sunday night. It was a playoff, and that shows, maybe now we're a little bit ahead because we faced some adversity, and that could lead us to further along in the AFC playoffs.
There was a certain point too. Didn't Rodgers say he was going to win this game? After the Browns, didn't he say we're going to win? Like he said, oh, we're going to win. So maybe he knew the script, but yeah, Shano definitely called it in the off season when
I don't think it's script. Everybody's been talking to me about that, Bubba. There's no way that the NFL is scripted because nobody can keep their mouth shut. I don't think anybody can keep their mouth shut because nobody can keep their mouth shut. I can't keep my mouth shut.
Right.
You pay me $1 million, I'm probably still going to say something.
Script 60 snaps, and
you can't do it.
I think the refs influence it though. Sometimes I feel like the refs.
I just think they have poor officiating and poor officiating by guys that are older than me because I'm old. Last week or whenever when they're older and they can't see the play and they're just going around and calling it. They need to get younger referees, I believe, too.
The refs, I feel like, because they do it here in the NRL, the National Rugby League, there's like, they call it like makeup calls. It's like that MVS one, like, well, it's like that flag, and next minute they got a taunting penalty.
Yeah.
I think they do stuff like that to keep it somewhat entertaining, or they think, oh, they got to throw a flag just cause near the end, or they won't throw a flag with a Hail Mary right near the end either. Stuff like that. So I think the refs have somewhat a say in the game, and you're like, oh my goodness, they threw that then at that time, at that point, and like, even with the Cameron Hayward hit on Sanders, where the fuck is he meant to land?
Terrible.
And then our Rogers got hit on by 3 or 4 players and there's no flag. So I think they can definitely sway a game. It can hurt a game. However, you should not allow the refs to win games. That's for sure. So fellas, we're all pretty confident. Yeah, we're confident in Rogers. I think we're all like, I'm excited just to see him play another game. It would have been crazy.
I like to have a little bit more confidence and some capabilities of our secondary because against the Ravens, it wasn't as good as it has been all season. Those big plays, because we didn't have the defense didn't have big plays like that in a secondary. Just my opinion, maybe I'm wrong, but they didn't have like big pass plays like that. Over 50-yard, 2 over 50-yard touchdowns. They
didn't go to the red zone. I heard on a podcast that the Ravens didn't even go to the red zone.
No, they did not. They did not.
So,
but I mean, the defense needs to be. Look, our defense is high priced, but sometimes a high priced defense can still get stuff done. But they're not shutting people out, but they're shutting out opportunities. Because Derrick Henry in the second half was just terrible. His first half, though, I mean, it is what it is. But
I'm gonna list off a game here for Shane. Shane, I want you to say yes or no, just quickly, quick fire questions.
No.
If you think
I screwed it up already, right?
If you think this team is a good team, right? If you think this team is a good team, and I'm gonna do about 10 in a row. Jaguars.
Good team.
So yes. Titans.
Bad team.
Bills.
Good team.
Colts.
Oh, good team.
Really? You think the Colts? Wait a minute. Stop. The Colts are a good team.
They were like 4 weeks ago. They're just not now.
They should have never had Phillip Rivers. They should have just used the rookie quarterback.
They were good before they lost their quarterback. So gotta.
That's true. That's true.
They were good before they lost their quarterback. They were
good until they ran into the Pittsburgh Steelers and it fucked their whole fucking year.
No, it's when it's when the quarterback shit the bed. Yeah, you're right. So
I think they made the biggest mistake by bringing in Rivers. I know he didn't lose them games, but that made no sense to me to have like someone who's like could not move. Anyways, okay. Back to the table. Chiefs.
Bad team this year.
Cardinals.
Bad team.
Raiders.
Bad team.
Chargers.
Good team. They made the playoffs.
And Colts. Again. Now, the reason why I did that was the Texans last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 games. And Shano said there were 4 good teams. So they I don't know if they're like, they have a great defense, fantastic defense with quarterback Stinley. They have a great defensive ends, but those were the game. They've won 9 in a row. They've beat the Jaguars, Titans, Bills, Colts, Chiefs, Cardinals, Raiders, Chargers, and I said Chargers twice, and the Colts again. But the Colts scored on them with a rookie quarterback 30 points. This game to me is wide fucking open. It really is.
Yeah, this team, the defense is decent. The offense is horrid. So it's just a matter of like the old ball coach said, just got to score more points than them.
Yep. So CJ Stroud, he's did 3,000 yards, 19 TDs, eight interceptions. Probably very similar to Rodgers, had like 20 something like that. They've run the rock quite well with this bloke called Woody Marks. Couldn't tell you who that is. They have Nick Chubb over there apparently as well, so they're probably like a rushing team. And they've got Nico Collins. They're one of their wide receivers. Got 1,000 yards, and Dalton Schultz is the tight end. So they have some big players on offense, but to me, I just feel like if our defense and our secondary hasn't been playing too well, Bubba, in the Ramsey and co have just not been on the same page of the other part of the. I like our cornerbacks at the moment. Safety play has been pretty piss poor at the moment, so I think they have a chance. But
if we tighten up our secondary play, the defense is better because of it, and the defensive line. And they're not going to run all over us. So that gives opportunities for blitzing. And hopefully, and TJ Watt is playing at like 65 to 70%. He's not even at 90, I don't think. I don't think he is. I mean, you can't. And God bless him for playing that, because, I mean, I stubbed my toe and I'm down for a week, and then he gets a punctured lung or whatever, and he's playing 2 weeks later. So hats off to him. And that interception, he was just aware of what's going on. And I believe that Cam and him probably are talking and like, look, man, this is the last could be the last run for all of us. And let's just, gunning for Bear. You ever heard
Cam's
that one?
playing the best football. I sent you that video, Bubba.
Yeah, I know.
He's playing the best football.
He's down there chasing Henry 60 yards down the field. I'm like, oh my God, what are you doing, dude?
Henry only got a yard here and there, and he was just laterally, even when they were running away from him, he was still in on.
It's aggressive style for Cam, because Cam knows that his football clock is ticking, and he doesn't have these opportunities. And this is the last. This is the bet. It's kind of like the bettest. It's the bettest run, but on the other side of the field, where it's Cam. Cam knows he's towards the end of his career. Everybody's forgotten about the the holdover in the summer. They forget, you know what I mean? And he made him a little bit of a heel. He had a face turn, and he's ready to go.
Like $2 million more if he wins the Super Bowl or something like that. Rodgers could earn a bit of money or something like that, like $9 million.
He won $500. He got $500,000 with that victory. He got a bonus or something. Rodgers.
Yeah. Now Rodgers, if he goes all the way to the Super Bowl and wins it, he can win like $9 million extra.
Could be the greatest. It could be the greatest Super Bowl story of all time if it happens. You can't script this any better.
Well, I'd say we can make a little money on the side between Mark's channel and our channel, because what we'll do is there's a map of San Francisco where everybody's taking a dookie, and we can sell those as like a hazard. Going out there to watch the game. Hey, Steelers fans, if it's brown, leave it on the ground.
Yeah, you know what? 10 years ago, I was in San Francisco. That's crazy, because I was there for Super Bowl 50.
Did you leave your heart?
Hey,
did you leave your heart in San Francisco?
That's a
Is
song.
that a song?
It's a song, yeah.
I left my heart
in San Francisco.
High on a hill.
I guess so, because I was there. I was in a bar watching Denver versus Carolina. Now, will the script writers? Shit, I didn't think about this. Will the script writers? Panthers, I don't think will win this week. Might be a chance.
No,
but they could make a rematch with Denver versus the Panthers. And that's when I quit. If they do that,
I see the Chicago Bears upsetting the Packers. Yeah, I think the Packers are not that good.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I was there 10 years ago for the Denver versus the Panthers when Cameron Newton wouldn't jump on the ball, just put his hands up. I was like, nah, not touching it, and like they smashed him. They absolutely smashed him. Then I was there the next year, 51, with this has been 10 years now since the Steelers have had playoff success. Holy dooly, guys. All right, we're going to get to near the end of the show. You guys go on tomorrow as well at 9 p.m. on Wednesday. Yep. And this is the hype up. It really is a hype up now for Texans versus Steelers and old man Rodgers.
Who's Rodgers looking at out of the corner of his eye?
I don't know.
He's like, I'm going to mess somebody up.
Is
that DK Metcalf down there? Oh, DK Metcalf's back.
Yes, he is.
Fuck, fellas. What do you think about that?
I bet you he's pissed and he just wants to go off on somebody by receptions and touchdowns. And I bet you this could be the most physical game he played with the Steelers because he didn't think he was going to get a chance. Okay, he didn't. You know what I mean? You never, if it could have, would have. And he has a lot to prove to get back into good graces as Steeler fans because your knuckleheadedism going over there and talking to that guy in the first place could have been disaster. Could have been disaster.
Yeah, that's there we go. I want to see some 3 receiver sets, including MVP, MVS. That would include also Calvin Austin because he had a really big game. And Calvin Austin has had 3 go-ahead touchdowns to win. I think the Patriots won and something else.
So some receivers, Skronik or Scotty Miller, who makes the.
They already cut someone from the practice squad, but they may not give Scotty Miller a hat.
Flowers. They cut Flowers.
So Stingley on DK, that's huge, man. That's a big matchup. It's gonna be fun. Like this is gonna be. We are now hyping up. This time next week is it? Monday Night Football, 7 days away.
8:00. Steelers are undefeated.
7 days away. So I know you fellas are doing a lot of content on Steelers Dynasty podcast, and I'm going to try to do as much as I can as well because there are storylines and things happening all the time. It's been an unbelievable season, but fellas, I don't want this shit to end. I want them to at least win one more playoff game to then have that feeling of like, or who's coming next, or we'll know who's going to be next because all the other teams will be in front of us. But anything else, guys, you want to add before we end the show? We'll start to get out of here.
Shane, go ahead.
All I have to say is, here we go. Steelers. Here we go. That song came out again today. They have the new version out.
The new version with Aaron Rodgers now.
Just as irritating now as it was 10, 15 years ago, kids.
It's like at every time they're in the playoffs, they make a new song. I'm telling you, this is a total I'm telling you, Aaron Rodgers, there's got to be secret meetings going into this. And they want to win. And realistically, out of all those AFC teams, the Steelers have the most veteran teams and veteran leadership on any team in the AFC. And Afton's going to be there. Her and her mom and Gene, they're going to be hanging out.
Yeah.
You know,
we thought last week was crazy of the crowd. If the Steelers start off by, delivering that, like the defensive line's been amazing, by the way. With Keanu Benson and Derek Harmon and Cameron Hayward, they've been the big fellas up front. If they stop the run and force, I believe that here's one for you. The Texans have never won a playoff game away, ever. They're 0-6 ever.
We haven't lost since I was damn near in college.
And we haven't lost. The Steelers haven't lost on Monday night for 23 years in a row, 23 times in a row.
Neil O'Donnell. That's the last time Neil O'Donnell come off at 23-20 against the Giants was the last time that the Steelers lost on Monday night.
Yeah, so one streak is going to continue or break or whatever it may be. But the Texans also heard too that Stroud is not too good in cold weather. I heard that as well.
It's going to get cold again. Like it's starting to melt.
Rainy and a high that day of 54, but it's a night game. Low of 28 for that, that night. It's going to get cold. So it's going to be rainy and cold. It's going to be miserable.
So it's going to be what, 40? I got 36. Is that cold? That's cold, right?
It could be.
2 degrees. Hey?
Right now it's 36 out, but it's going to be the high that day is going to be 54.
And I heard from people down there. Well, I saw some videos. That was the most electricity environment that the Steelers at Heinz Field, and it's only going to get better come Monday night.
All right, Afton saying that he's fine in the cold. That Stroud is okay in the cold. I think he's a good quarterback, by the way, but we'll see.
Guys. I'm lying.
It's going to get colder. It's going to get cold. It's going to be colder Monday.
It's going to be It's going to be 33. Yeah,
it's going to be cold Monday. It's going to be high. It's going to be. I wish I was, but it's going to be high, and then it's going to get cold.
So Stroud is 2-2 in the playoffs. I can't even remember when the Texans were in the playoffs, but
I think they played. I think the Texans were there, and they had J.J. Watt, but they didn't have no quarterback, and they lost. They played the Raiders, I think, or something, and the Raiders beat. I don't know. It's been a while. It's going to be cold Monday night. I'm not really sweating. I'm not sweating the Texans. I am not. I know we don't play them a lot. Last time we played them in Houston and they beat us. We just didn't play good.
What about the Oilers coming to Accurise Stadium, the frozen tundra of Accurise?
I never liked the Oilers either.
Warren Moon.
So the Browns,
Remember,
were the Browns in the fucking playoffs 2 years ago? Were they? They must have been. They got trounced. They must have made a wild card team. Did the Browns make the playoffs? Like in
the Browns made a play. The Browns made a playoffs with Baker Mayfield when they beat us, and I think that was it because then Baker got hurt. I think.
They made the playoffs as well in 2023. They versus Texans, but they got done 45-14. There you go. His first playoff game. So that was Flacco. Oh, that was a Flacco year. Must have been a wild card. They were 11-6. That's right. Yeah. That was a Flacco year, and they got done 45-14 by the Texans at home.
Wow.
Right? Stroud has won against the Browns. He lost against Baltimore in Baltimore. He lost against KC in last year. It's always very hard because it does it does the year of the date. It doesn't do the playoff. It doesn't do the NFL season 2024. It does the year after. It's always a weird thing to figure out. And the Houston's they beat the Chargers in the wild card game and lost the divisional game last year. So there you go. So they have a lot of experience. Yeah, wearing layers out there, very, very cold. A lot of experience. All right, fellas, let's get out of here. It's a great show. We're caught near an hour. Thank you, Bubba. Thank you, Shane. Thank you, chat.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Shane.
Almost 30 people in the chat. Both channels are going on fire.
How did you recover during your Hollywood Squares, Steelers Hollywood Squares? How did you recover?
I was a bit dusty. Like I went to sleep because I went and had something to eat, and then it was I think I went to bed about 8:30 or rested my eyes.
8:30 at night. It was 8:30 at night for you, or 8:30 in the morning?
Yeah, no PM.
God, PM. Jesus, God Almighty.
And then because it was like 6:30 when I got off, and then I think I rested my eyes and woke up at like 10 or 12 or 11. Went, shit. I meant to just have like a rest. And I actually slept. And then it was hardest to sleep again because it was fucking 2 a.m.
I went to work.
This stuff does throw my brain out a bit, to be honest, because I've always got to be in the mindset of USA time. So you know what I'm saying? So when I've got to figure things out. What up, McMahon says $4.99. Thank you very much. It's going to be weird not seeing John Harbaugh and Mike Tomlin not face each other twice a year. Yeah, they had a great I guess rivalry then going then. They versed each other 44 times. Adam Schefter said, end of an era.
It's weird.
44 times. It would be definitely weird, you know.
And the Steelers beating him cost him his job.
Possibly. Well, Shane says it was the massage parlor last year cost him his job.
They're like, oh, we have plans. You have
it's kind of true. If he doesn't muck around and fuck around, he's still a kicker, and he kicks that field goal, and they win. And we're not talking about the Texans coming in.
Well, but also too, let's just put it this way: if we would have had a timeout, they would have called a timeout and got their defensive lined up, and then they wouldn't have had that touchdown pass. So
but as Tomlin says, if his aunt had a pecker, he'd see his uncle. So that's the way.
Coulda, woulda.
So that is one of the best someone's ever. I heard the version that for me is if my aunt had wheels, she'd be a bicycle.
That wasn't very PC for him to say as a head coach of an NFL team. That's something Shane would say, like as a Army guy.
Something that hot dog would say. That guy's in the video.
Oh, that guy will say anything. Well, it's not a guy; it's a hot dog.
That was good though, because you could see Tomlin thinking about it, going, he's asking me about what ifs, and then he got him, and that's why I love Tomlin, man.
Yeah, all right. Even before we get out of here, the news reporter asking Aaron Rodgers what if,
like fucking dumb. That's what did she say? Is your last run or something?
Something like that. Just something stupid, like dumb.
Where they hire these dipshits?
Right off the streets.
Bye, Patricia.
Yeah, she was saying something about this could be your last time, or it's all over, or whatever. What about next year? And he's like, we just want a fucking playoff game. We just want a game to get in.
Dumb.
Alrighty, that was very dumb. I can't remember the quote, but that was very silly. The media they fish way too hard for the they're terrible. All right,
Coach Stumlin, still for the win, man.
See you guys later.
Coach Stumlin, still for the win, man.
I'll see you guys later.
Stumlin, still for the win, man. Coach Stumlin, still for the win, man. Coach Thumb win.
The light.
Let's go for the win now.
Left the light on.